Hi everyone, this is the Nordic Venture Show, your guide to the exciting world of Nordic startups and venture capital. In today's episode, we're exploring a startup called Ductor.
Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at Ductor.
Oh, cool.
They're a company that's making some,
Waves.
making some waves in the sustainability space.
Okay.
Especially in energy and agriculture. And
Interesting.
the really cool thing about this deep dive is we're not just using their About Us page as source material.
Right.
We also have a bunch of job postings.
Ooh, juicy.
So it's kind of like we get to peek behind the curtains
Yes.
and see what their culture is like,
For sure.
then what they're looking for.
What they're looking to do in the future.
Yeah, that's a great way to learn about a company.
Oh, yeah.
Like what kind of talent are they trying to attract?
Exactly.
That tells you a lot about where they're headed.
So let's start with, they lay out their vision on the website.
Sure.
And they say they want to be the sustainable leader in biogas and fertilizers.
Wow. Ambitious.
It is ambitious.
Yeah.
And they're basically turning organic waste into valuable resources.
They even use the phrase circular economy.
Oh, yeah, that's a hot topic these days.
What does that mean exactly?
So it's basically the opposite of our traditional, take, make, dispose kind of model.
Right.
We take resources, we make stuff, and then we chuck it in the bin.
Right.
In a circular economy, the idea is to keep those resources in use for as long as possible.
Right.
So Ductor's taking organic waste instead of throwing it away.
Right.
They're turning it into renewable energy and fertilizers.
Yeah, so they're not just riding this trend of sustainability.
Yeah.
They're actually trying to
Change the game.
change the game.
Totally.
So that makes sense. Let's talk about the people behind all this.
Yeah.
On their website, they list some pretty impressive backgrounds on their executive team.
Yeah, they've got some serious heavy hitters.
Yeah, like the CEO, Bernard Fenner. He's got 25 years of international leadership experience.
Wow, that's a lot of experience.
Yeah, and then their CFO, Riku Mäkinen, has been in executive roles for over 2 decades.
That's a solid track record.
But I noticed that a lot of them come from business development and investment banking backgrounds.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like Tom Ackerberg, the director of strategic accounts.
Right.
He comes from investment banking and corporate finance.
That could mean they're really focused on growth and expansion.
Right.
Maybe they're thinking about acquisitions or partnerships to really scale up.
Yeah, or an IPO.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Getting ready for the stock market.
They could be playing the long game here.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
No, they're not.
And speaking of serious people, they've got some big names on their board of directors.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Like Olivier Greeny from Total Energy's biogas business unit,
Wow.
and Eric Stremsa, managing director for BW Renewables.
Yeah, having those kinds of industry leaders on board.
It gives them credibility.
Instant credibility.
Yeah.
And connections.
So it's not just for show.
No, it means they're plugged into the network.
Yeah.
They understand the market, the financing, the regulations.
So they've got the brains, the experience, and the connections.
They've got the whole package.
What about their values?
Yeah, what's their company culture like?
I'm curious to know.
Me too.
On their website, they list
Let's see.
fairness, honesty, integrity, identification, and cooperativeness as their core values.
Okay. So pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, but do they add,
Walk the walk.
call?
Talk is cheap,
Especially in the sustainability sector.
Right? People are really passionate about this stuff.
Right. They want to work for a company that's actually making a difference.
Exactly. So these values could be a way for Ductor to signal that they're serious.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got compelling mission,
Check.
powerhouse team,
Check.
strong values.
Check.
Now let's get into the good stuff.
The job posting.
The job postings.
Let's see what they're looking for.
The first one that caught my eye is senior process engineer.
Okay.
So basically, they need someone to design and optimize the processes for their biogas plants.
Makes sense. That's pretty core to their business.
Yeah.
And the qualifications they're asking for are really interesting.
Yeah, like what?
They want someone with experience in large-scale projects,
Mm-hmm.
in-depth knowledge of the biogas industry, of course,
Right.
and get this fluency in multiple languages.
Oh, wow.
English, obviously,
Right.
but also German, Finnish, and Spanish.
A polyglot engineer.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
It suggests they've got projects and partnerships going on in different countries.
Global ambitions.
Definitely.
Okay, what's next?
How about project manager Norway?
Okay.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah, someone to manage the entire project life cycle, from the feasibility studies all the way to handing it over after it's up and running.
Right, the post-had handover.
Yeah, what's had?
Commercial operation date.
Okay, so they see it through to the end.
Yep. Make sure everything runs smoothly.
But the experience requirements are specific.
Yeah, they want someone with a background in biogas or renewable energy
Okay.
and experience working with EPC companies.
What's EPC?
Engineering, procurement, and construction.
Oh, okay.
Those are the companies that build the big stuff like power plants and industrial facilities.
So Ductor partners with them.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It's smarter to leverage the expertise of specialists.
Right, especially for something as complex as a biogas plant.
For sure, it's all about managing risk.
It's like putting together a puzzle.
Yeah, you bring in the best pieces from different experts.
And they need someone who speaks Norwegian.
Oh, right. So they've got active projects in Norway,
Interesting.
probably working with Norwegian EPC companies.
Who Sims? All right, let's move on to fertilizer business developer.
Okay, now this one's interesting.
Yeah, this is more on the commercial side.
Yeah, bringing those sustainable fertilizers to market.
So what are they looking for?
Well, they need someone to develop the sales and a regulatory strategy for Europe.
Okay.
And check out the skills they need: knowledge of European agricultural markets,
Yeah.
understanding of all the regulations around organic and sustainable agriculture,
Oh.
and strong negotiation skills.
So not just a salesperson.
No, they need someone who can navigate the complexities of the market and the regulations.
That's a lot.
It really shows you how much goes into bringing a product like this to market.
Yeah, it's not just about the science.
Nope. They need someone who can champion their product to farmers, distributors, regulators.
Right. Convince them of the benefits.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the plant side and the business side.
What else?
Oh, they're also looking for an occupational safety, health, and regulation specialist.
Oh, wow. So they're serious about safety?
And not just one.
Wait, there's more.
They need one for the EU and one for the US.
Double the safety, double the fun.
More like double the global ambition.
That's true. They're clearly committed to high standards and complying with regulations everywhere they operate.
Yeah, it makes sense when you think about it.
Right, they're working with organic waste, potentially hazardous materials.
Safety's got to be a top priority.
Absolutely. You can't cut corners when it comes to that.
So what kind of qualifications are they looking for?
Well, experience in the process industry, for sure.
Okay.
Deep understanding of all the relevant regulations
Right.
and strong communication skills to train and manage employees.
So not just a rule enforcer.
No, they want someone who can build a culture of safety.
That's smart.
They're embedding these values at every level of the company.
This is already so insightful.
I know, right?
We're getting a real sense of Ductor's ambition, their commitment to sustainability.
And their focus on doing things the right way.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
It's like we're piecing together a puzzle.
Yeah, each job posting is a clue.
And the bigger picture is starting to emerge.
And it's only going to get more interesting as we go deeper.
I can't wait to see what else we uncover.
Me too. This is going to be a fascinating deep dive.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can learn from these job postings, right?
It is. It's like they're telling you their strategy.
Right. Like, they're not just looking for technical experts. They want people who understand different markets, the regulations.
It's like they're building a global team.
Yeah, a global task force for sustainability.
Hey, going back to that Project Manager Norway posting for a sec,
Yeah.
they mentioned partnering with EPC companies.
Oh, right.
Can you remind me what that is again?
Yeah, EPC stands for Engineering, Procurement, and Construction.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're like the big guns when it comes to building these massive projects.
Makes sense.
They handle everything: the design, the engineering, getting all the materials and equipment, even the actual construction.
So Ductor doesn't have to do all that themselves.
Exactly. They bring in the specialists.
That's smart. It's got to be more efficient, right?
Way more efficient, especially in a field as complex as biogas.
Right. So they can focus on what they're good at.
Exactly like the technology, the partnership.
And just leave the building to the experts.
It's like they're playing to their strengths.
Yeah. Okay. Another posting that I thought was interesting.
Which one?
The one for the occupational safety, health, and regulation specialist.
Oh, yeah. They're looking for 2 of those, right?
One for the EU and one for the US.
It's like they're saying safety first, no matter where they operate.
Yeah, it seems like you're really serious about it.
They are. They're not cutting corners when it comes to safety and responsibility.
Especially with what they're doing, you know.
Yeah, working with organic waste biogas production.
There are risks involved.
For sure.
Hmm.
You got potentially hazardous materials, complex processes, and a ton of regulations to follow.
So it's a good sign that they're on top of it.
It shows they're a mature company.
Not just about making money, but doing things the right way.
Right. It's about sustainability, but also safety and ethics.
Yeah, it's like they're saying we want to disrupt industries, but we want to do it responsibly.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's a powerful message to send.
To everyone, employees, investors, partners, the community.
Everyone.
Okay, so we've talked about their mission, their leadership, their values, and these really revealing job postings.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
What's the big takeaway here? What kind of company is Ductor?
Well, from what I'm seeing, they're walking the walk when it comes to sustainability. They're not just talking about it. It's at the core of everything they do.
They're actually trying to solve problems.
Right, like the need for renewable energy, sustainable agriculture.
And they've got a solid team, and they're attracting top talent.
They seem to have all the right ingredients to make a real difference.
I think they're going to be a leader in this space.
I agree. They're in a sector that's ripe for disruption.
And they're ready to shake things up.
It'll be interesting to see what they do next.
Yeah, it just shows you how much you can learn about a company just from their website.
Right, especially those job postings.
It's like a secret code.
Yeah, they're telling you what they value, what they're looking for.
So if you're interested in a company, check out their careers page.
Definitely, it's like free intel.
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute.
Okay.
Remember that fertilizer business developer posting?
Yeah.
They mentioned needing knowledge of European regulations?
Right, all those rules about sustainable fertilizers.
Yeah, why is it so complicated over there?
Well, the EU is really strict when it comes to agriculture.
Like how?
They have all these rules about fertilizer composition, usage, environmental impact.
So it's not enough to just make a good product.
No, you have to make sure it meets all these standards.
So you need someone who understands both the science and the regulations.
Exactly. It's a specialized skill set.
It sounds like a nightmare.
It can be. There are certifications, labeling requirements, and even political factors to consider.
Wow, so they really need an expert.
Absolutely. Someone who can bridge the gap between the lab and the marketplace.
It shows how serious they are about doing things right.
They're not taking any shortcuts.
Okay, and speaking of doing things right.
Back to safety.
Yeah, those occupational safety, health, and regulation specialists.
They're not messing around.
It's impressive that they're thinking about this so early on.
It's a sign of a responsible company.
They're building a culture of safety from the ground up.
Which is essential for long-term success.
It makes me wonder what kind of challenges they're anticipating.
Yeah, what are the specific risks they're worried about?
When it comes to biogas production and organic waste.
Good question. And those specialists will be the ones to figure it out.
Okay, so biogas hazards.
Well, it is flammable, right?
Right.
It's mostly methane.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right, like natural gas.
exactly. So if it builds up in an enclosed space,
That could be bad.
yeah, explosion risk,
So they need good ventilation,
definitely. And monitoring systems to make sure there aren't any leaks.
right? And what about spills?
Yeah, during production, you can have leaks or spills,
Oh, that could release harmful stuff.
gases, contaminants, all kinds of things.
So it's not just about protecting the workers,
No, you got to think about the community too.
the environment.
Right, exactly. And then there's the organic waste itself.
Oh, yeah, that can get messy.
It can smell bad, attract pests,
Yeah.
and even harbor pathogens if it's not handled properly.
So those safety specialists have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they need protocols for everything.
Mhm.
Storage, transportation, odor control, pest management.
It's a lot more than just wearing a hard hat
Way more. It's about creating a whole culture of safety.
from start to finish.
Every step of the way, considering every risk.
It's good that Ductor's taking this seriously,
It's a sign that they're committed to doing things right.
not just cutting corners to make a quick buck.
Exactly. They're building a sustainable and responsible business.
For the long haul.
I think that's a key takeaway from all this.
What do you mean?
Sustainability isn't just about the environment.
Okay.
It's also about ethics, safety, and making a positive impact on communities.
It's like doing well by doing good.
Exactly. And Ductor seems to be doing just that.
Yeah. They're solving real problems with innovative solutions.
And they're doing it in a way that's responsible.
They're definitely a company to watch.
I agree. They're leading the way in sustainability.
Maybe this deep dive will inspire some of our listeners.
Then maybe someone will want to work for them.
Or start their own sustainable business.
We need more people who are passionate about this stuff.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to learn more about Ductor,
Check out their website.
yeah, you might even find a job you like.
You never know.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
I agree. I've learned so much about Ductor.
Their mission, their team, their commitment to safety,
It's amazing what you can find out just by digging around online.
especially those job postings. They're like gold mines of information.
They really are.
Well, that's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time for another exploration into the world of innovation and sustainability.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening to the Nordic Venture Show. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories of innovation from the Nordics.